Hi everyone. Today I would like to demo the new Servo tester application. I have added a graphical user interface, but I also did keep the original terminal mode. I made it easier to set the servo to their preset positions, added a way to add offsets to properly fine-tune each servo position, and I also added a panel that has all the movements so you can easily test them out. So when you start the application, you will be presented with two choices: to use the UI or to use the terminal. I kept the terminal version because I wanted to have a way to do this remotely if needed using SSH. Let's go with the UI, option 1. Once the application is started, you land on the tab where you set the servo preset position. In this tab, you have three choices. 1, set all servo to preset. Once you click that option, all the servo connected to the PCA 9685 board will rotate to the position they need to be once you install them. They will remain under power, meaning that they will try to keep their position until you click on the disable power to all servo button. While the servo are powered, it helps in installing them and making sure they keep their preset position, but don't try to force them to move while under power. 2. The disable power to all servo button will effectively stop any PWM signal and power sent by the board, so they will all be neutral again. 3. This option lets you manually put a value for any of the connected servo in case you wish to test out a PWM value. The safety range is within 100 to 500 for most type of servo. This option is not really needed for this project, but I have left it in anyway. The second tab and third one lets you make the final adjustments to position all servo correctly as during installation, even if the preset position are set correctly. When you add the servos in the assembly, there are a tiny difference in the way the part fits. So there is a need to use this panel to adjust everything. On the leg panel, you will see the 4 servo used for the main movements. I like to place my TARS robot on something that will raise it a little while I adjust those 4 servos. You basically just adjust the values and press the test servo button. This will adjust and move all servo to their new settings. Note that a small value like 1 or 2 might not make the servo move. Those MEG 996R are pretty cheap, so they are not the best at getting accurate positions. One way to fine-tune is to set a bigger offset, test the servo, and then set the previous position again. I like to start with the 2 middle servo positions, the ones that raise and lower each legs. Both legs need to be flush with the bottom of the middle part. If it's not, or one of the legs is slightly lower or higher, it will prevent the robot to walk straight, for example. Once those 2 are set, I do the 2 other ones that control the legs rotation. There is a bit of play with the legs, so it's a bit harder to get to the perfect position, but it's a bit less of an issue than the servo that control the height. So we want to get the legs also as straight as possible. Those offset values are automatically saved in your config file. The ARM tab works the exact same way, so I'm not going to demo it here, but you have 6 more servo in there to adjust. The last tab called movements is there to help you test the movements. In V3, there are now two different speed, slow and fast. Let me show you the slow movements first. Forward will make it take 2 steps forward. Turn left will only use one leg to turn. Same thing for turning right. And the backward movement makes it take 2 steps back. The fast mode will make it take a greater stride, both forward and backward. Movements are also faster. There is also a drop down menu with other animation you can choose and execute, like this one, for example. That's it. Hope you like these new features.